prosecution delivered its opening statement, and they came out swinging.
No, I am a musician. I don't sample, you know. It's not Memorex. I go on stage and my microphone is on.
Prince's last Diddy recording played in trial.
Diddy's case took a shocking turn. As soon as Prince's voice played in the courtroom, Diddy's expression changed. His usual calm and confident look disappeared, and it was clear that something had shaken him. The voice of the late singer echoed through the room like a message from the grave, and no one expected this kind of shocking evidence on day 3 of the trial. Earlier that day, the courtroom felt unusually tense. Security had doubled, with 4 guards standing directly behind Diddy, which hadn't happened before. Diddy walked in confidently, wearing a sharp suit and smiling at supporters. However, at the prosecution's table, 2 tech experts were quietly setting up new audio equipment, something not seen on the previous days. The judge entered and warned everyone to stay calm, no matter what evidence was shown. Soon after, the prosecutors stood up and said they were presenting new audio evidence recently confirmed by forensic experts. Diddy's legal team objected, but the judge allowed it. Then came the big reveal. The recording was the final private message made by Prince before he died. The entire courtroom went silent. Diddy looked visibly nervous. His lawyers quickly gathered around him, whispering urgently. People in the room began wondering what the audio would reveal. Speculation grew. Maybe Prince had recorded something serious involving Diddy.
First Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in the party.
Some thought Prince might have known about illegal activities, and with both known for having surveillance in their homes, it raised questions. Prince, who lived a clean and healthy lifestyle, died young, which also led to more doubts and curiosity. The prosecutor confirmed the audio came from Prince's personal vault. The moment felt heavy. It wasn't just evidence, it was a voice from the past that could change the entire direction of the trial. The prosecutor explained that Prince had made the recording just weeks before his death in 2016. It was never meant for the public. She said Prince recorded it as insurance to document what he saw himself. When the audio started playing, one woman in the courtroom even covered her mouth and cried. Prince didn't sound like his usual confident self. He sounded worried and quiet. Prince said he didn't know who to trust anymore. He was breathing heavily between sentences, showing how serious and personal this message was. Then, Prince began giving names, dates, and places, mainly focusing on Diddy. He talked about parties at Diddy's homes in Miami and the Hamptons, which matched what 3 other witnesses had already said. As the recording played, Diddy's expression completely changed. His confident look disappeared, and he seemed frozen. Prince's voice grew more intense, saying what happened at those parties wasn't just wrong, but criminal. He said he saw people getting hurt and knew exactly how these events were run. This recording was very powerful. Prince wasn't just backing up the prosecution's claims, he was offering evidence from someone who had nothing to lose and couldn't be pressured. He even described a party in December 2015 and named celebrities who had previously denied attending. The details matched what the prosecutors had already told the court. The entire courtroom went silent as Prince spoke. Even the judge leaned forward to listen closely. Prince said he tried to confront Diddy about what was happening, but Diddy laughed and warned him to stay out of it if he wanted to keep working in the industry. At that moment, the prosecutor paused the audio. Everyone turned to Diddy. He looked pale and shaken, with his hands trembling. Prince also spoke about why he had started recording his music independently, because he believed he should own his work.
Became such a big deal back then is ever since my 3rd album, I wasn't really taking large advances from the recording companies. I was recording the albums myself in my own studio. So the way I looked at it, I owned the work because I paid for it. And I did all the work. I created it, so I felt like it should belong to me. That said, the companies felt otherwise. And they would always hold this contract up and say, well, you signed it. And I say, well, I understand that. It's not like I want to leave. I just want to, talk about this thing and see if we can't make it more fair.
He felt the music companies were being unfair by claiming ownership, even though he paid for everything himself. Meanwhile, Cassie Ventura continued testifying for a 4th day. Diddy's legal team tried to use her past messages to show she was a willing participant in their relationship, pointing to texts from as far back as 2009 where she seemed enthusiastic. But many believe the context matters. Those texts were from when she was young and just starting to date Diddy, possibly saying things to please him.
The defense continuing cross-examination this morning, confronting her with dozens of her own messages, many explicit, hoping to convince the jury she was an eager sexual partner who matched Combs's desires. "I'm always ready to freak off," one message said.
What really shocked everyone was how much Diddy fell apart while Prince's voice played. For 2 full days, Diddy had remained calm and composed, but the recording broke him. His breathing became heavy, his eyes darted around, and his body shook. At one point, he loosened his tie and leaned over to urgently whisper to his lawyers. When Prince mentioned a specific party in Beverly Hills, Diddy suddenly stood up without warning. Security rushed forward, and his lawyers tried to get him to sit back down. He was clearly losing control. Then it happened. Diddy yelled, "That's a lie!" so loudly it startled people. He shouted that the events Prince described never happened. The judge immediately warned him to calm down or face consequences. Even as Diddy had his outburst, Prince's voice kept playing. It became clear that the prosecution had planned this perfectly, waiting for the right moment to play the most damaging piece of evidence once Diddy had started to feel safe. And when they finally played it, Diddy's calm image completely crumbled. During Diddy's trial, his team tried to prove that Cassie wasn't being controlled, pointing out that she dated stars like Michael B. Jordan and Kid Cudi while still involved with Diddy. But prosecutors argued it was deeper than that. Cassie was emotionally trapped and still loved Diddy, even though their relationship was toxic and filled with jealousy. Then came the turning point. The courtroom played a secret recording of Prince, made before his death. In it, Prince revealed he had been quietly documenting disturbing behavior in the music industry since 2007. He described Diddy's parties as carefully planned events designed to isolate young artists and pressure them into uncomfortable situations. Prince even confronted Diddy in 2016 and said Diddy laughed and threatened him. He also named people who were paid off with millions to stay silent, matching financial records shown earlier in court. The recording ended with Prince saying if anything happened to him, this message must be shared to protect others. The courtroom fell silent. Prince had just become the prosecution's most powerful witness, even from the grave. Meanwhile, Cassie testified about being forced into things she didn't want, and how Diddy's jealousy and control affected her deeply. Diddy's daughters were seen crying, and Cassie's husband, Alex Fine, stayed focused throughout, clearly emotional. The judge now wants to wrap up Cassie's testimony, but with Prince's shocking words out in the open, the case has taken a dramatic turn. On the 3rd day of Diddy's trial, everything changed in just 7 seconds. After a secretly recorded message from Prince was played in court, Diddy lost control. His legal team quickly asked for a break, but the judge firmly denied it. The outburst shocked the courtroom and shattered the image his lawyers had carefully built. The prosecution, calm and prepared, had planned this moment for months. They studied Diddy's behavior, timed their move perfectly, and had spent 4 months verifying the Prince audio with expert help. Prince's voice exposed dark truths, describing how Diddy's parties were setups to pressure young artists and naming people paid off to stay silent. Every detail matched earlier evidence, from text messages to financial records. Diddy looked panicked, sweating, and visibly shaken. His defense scrambled to exclude the recording, claiming it was fake, but legal experts saw it as desperation. The courtroom dynamic shifted completely. Diddy went from appearing confident to looking defeated. Prince, now a voice from beyond, became the trial's most powerful witness. The prosecution's strategy wasn't just about law, it was psychological warfare and media control. At day's end, it was clear Diddy's image had cracked, and this trial was now spiraling far beyond what anyone expected. What are your thoughts? Do share in the comments section below. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more future updates on this case.